What's going on, everyone? Let's start making some live calls, see if we can get some agents on the phone. I also have to submit some offers. So let's submit some offers. And then maybe we got some people jumping on to do some live calling again with us. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Let me just double check. I got a couple emails. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything important real quick. Nope, nothing too crazy. All right, we're good. We are good. What's going on, everyone? Let's get some calls in. Actually, I know what I need to do real quick. Open up this. Morning, Rocky. How are you? Let's get some deals locked up today. All right, let's see. Oh man, I'm behind on my follow-ups. That's not good. All right, let me call this deal. Yeah, we're going to call. First, we're going to make some offers, and then we're going to call the people that I haven't been able to get a hold of. That's what we're going to do. Okay. All right, let's go make some offers. Hey, Shamanova?
Yes, this is Gina. How may I help you?
Yeah, hi, this is Jacob. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good.
We spoke yesterday regarding Farragut Street.
Sure.
Yeah, so I was able to get the numbers back from my underwriting department and just kind of wanted to run my offer by you, see if it's something the sellers might entertain.
Sure.
Perfect. So I was getting right around an ARV of 1.1 based off of 814 Farragut and 709 Gallatin. Does that sound, fairly accurate to you?
Okay.
So just
1.1 is just to give you a heads up, seventh place on the market right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we actually did an appraisal. It came in at 1.1. It's just the interest rate right now is really high, and the seller is really motivated. That's the only reason why we dropped it to 999, because he really want to sell it. But the ARV came at 1.1, which seventh place is a lot smaller home, and it has only 0.07 square feet lot. So I'm happy to share that appraisal with you if you want me to.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, so are you thinking after it's been fully renovated that 1.1 is a pretty sound estimate?
No. It should not be 1.1. It's seventh place. It's on the seventh place. It's appraised at 1.1 with a lot. It's a lot smaller home. So Farragut has to be a lot more than that. First of all, it's a corner lot. It's a corner unit. Second, it's a bigger house, more square footage, one extra bedroom, and it's just a bigger home.
I gotcha. So I was looking at
It's a lot.
814 went for 1.1 back in September. And like you said, interest rates are definitely still climbing. So, you know, DC's taken a pretty big hit. And then there was another one that went for off of Gallatin. It's also a corner lot, and it went for 1.025 back in September. All of those have gone down since then. So I don't think they would go for 1.1, 1.025.
We really hope, I mean, everybody hopes that a lot of developers are still buying right now for a different market. So hopefully interest rates will come down, and, you know, interest rate is really what's hurting a lot of developers right now.
For sure. So I guess where are you seeing the ARV?
I'll be honest with you, right? I'll just be honest with you. We have received offers. We have 3 offers on the table. We have 1 more coming in, and they're not full listing price. The seller has flexibility, but we do have registered offers.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm going to submit an offer. I'm just trying to figure out if my numbers are sound on resale, because I don't see anything in the last 6 months that has sold over 1.1 in this area. So I'm just trying to figure out where you're coming from saying that it's over 1.1, I guess.
I'm sorry. I really have to jump on this meeting. Can we talk about it later? Or like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how else I can help you, but I need to get on this meeting.
Okay. I mean, I was just trying to figure out if I had the same number. So I would be right in the ballpark of like 700,000.
You said what?
700,000 is where I would need to be at.
Yeah. And I think it may work.
Okay.
I think it may work. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and put together my terms in writing then, and then I'll shoot them over to you via email with a POF, and hopefully we can get this one ratified.
Sounds good. I hope we can get this done, and we'll have a chance to work together.
Okay, awesome.
Receiving it. Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
No problem. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.
I don't know what was going on right there, but she was stressing me out. She was just stressing me out big time. And but the reason is here's my thought process behind that. She was very open to talk about how wrong I was for 5 minutes, right? But then when I said, hey, I don't see anything that's sold here over 1.1. So can you just help me understand where you're coming from? She immediately said, I got to go. There's nothing in that area that has sold for over 1.1. I know she's just trying to sell the deal. But I was just looking to get some comps out of her that were over 1.1, but clearly there's not. And she's just trying to push the deal, because even the comp I threw out was a corner lot and it went for 1.025, and it's literally the exact same size. So I think she knows it can't go for more than 1.1, and she was just trying to rush me off. But I don't know. That was a little strange. But I think I'll still be able to get this one, because she told me someone came in at 700 the other day, and I think we should be able to move this. Appreciate it. I'm going to try to do this every single morning, just create some sort of collaborative community, let people listen to my calls if they want to. Shit, if you want to just put it on mute and then network with people in the chat, hopefully this becomes like an actual community. Good morning. Okay, so let me submit this. Negotiation. All right. So I need to make a task to send written offer. That needs to be now. Okay, cool. So I know I need to give her a call or send her a written offer after this. And I didn't have any notes on this one. I forget if there was anything. I forgot. Wait, did I never even reach her? I thought I talked to her. So my thing says I didn't talk to her, but I could have sworn I talked to her. That's weird. Okay. So I definitely thought I talked to Celia, but now I really don't know because it's not. That is so weird. Hold on. 7977. Let me see if I called her off my personal phone. No, I don't think I talked to her. So I guess let's try. This is weird. We're just going to try calling her and then make an offer because I've already underwrote it.
Hello?
Hey, Celia.
Hi.
Hi, this is Jacob. I was calling about a property I believe you have off of Douglas Court.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, is that still available by chance?
Right now, we put it temporarily off the market for a few days.
Okay, so it's are they still open to accepting offers while it's off the market?
Because the seller is not here. It's out of the country.
Okay, I mean, are they still open to receiving offers?
Yeah, I think so. If I can reach easy with the seller, probably. Yeah, we got it 2 offers in the hand, but I mean, the number doesn't agree with the seller, so.
I gotcha.
So it's investor offer. So.
Okay. So I mean, do you think it makes sense to kind of run my numbers and submit an offer while it's off market, see if we can make something happen, or do you think it makes more sense to touch base once it's back on the market?
It's going to back in the market in a few days, in 7 days. That's what I understand.
Okay. Awesome. Well, what I'll do, I mean, is there anything you can tell me? Like, I see that there's no real pictures on the listing.
No, because I don't know what happened with in the computer. I mean, it wasn't easy to put it at this time. So I wasn't able to put it the other pictures.
Okay.
But I can send the one.
Okay. Was the I just need to know a little bit about the condition. Is it outdated or is it currently updated?
No. I mean, the kitchen is a new kitchen.
Okay.
New renovation. Yeah, it's functional. I have a newest appliances, but it needs to have 2 colors, the cabinets, something like that. I mean, they didn't do new cabinets, new counters now.
Okay, I gotcha. And are they currently so there's nothing major that you're aware of, like foundation issues, structural issues, anything like that?
We don't know about the foundation because it's drain problems, and I put in disclosures.
Okay.
So yeah.
Gotcha. I'll take a look. And then I know you said the seller is out of the
new roof.
Okay. And I know you said the seller's out of the country. Is this currently his primary residence?
It was.
Okay, so he doesn't live there anymore?
It's rented right now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. And then will it be vacant at close?
No. That's another thing. The tenants would like to stay a little bit more or have a time to look another property.
Okay. How much are the tenants currently paying?
I'm not sure. I think it's $2,500. I think
$2,500. Okay. And then is it on a month to month or do they have like another year?
I think it's a month to month.
Okay. Awesome. Cool. And then you said you got 2 offers in hand, but nothing strong yet that the seller is willing to entertain. Were those pretty close to the listing price?
No.
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 I gotcha. And then is there any sort of timeline that the seller is working within, or can he sell pretty, whenever?
Whatever. I mean, just, no.
Okay, perfect. So I'm super familiar with the area. We actually just bought 2 or 3 over in Silver Spring last month and in January. So I think, once we were to go in there and fully renovate this property, we'd probably be walking away with around 625, like I said, after it's been renovated. So that would put us right in like that 400 to 420 ballpark. Is that something you think your sellers would even entertain?
I don't know, but that's similar to the offers we have it
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely try to come up a little bit more, but the fact that there's tenants in there, especially given that if they don't leave, we might have to go the eviction route. I'm just not sure we could come up any more. But what I'll do is I'll go ahead and kind of put my terms in writing and send them over to you via email. So that way, once the seller gets back in town, you can kind of run through all the offers you've gotten, and then we can reconnect and, see if we can work something out.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Celia. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and get that sent over to you, and then I will talk to you later.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right. So typically I wouldn't just throw, my numbers out there like that already, because I don't comp properties before I reach out to them. In this case, I could have sworn I talked to her, but I don't see anything in my note. Like, I don't see any history of me actually talking to her. So I ended up just because I already comped the property, I just went ahead and threw the offer out there. I could have sworn I talked to her yesterday though. So she said it's outdated, kitchen needs work. But she did say nothing major. Nothing major. Occupied. It's tenant occupied. Looking for rent. Looking to stay in the property after closing. Possible. Believes it's a month-to-month lease for $2,500 month, but unsure. Price has 2 offers in hand, both of which sounded like they were around the $400K price point. And then timeline, no constraints. Okay, cool. And then we threw out 400, 415. And so now I need to go ahead and send her a written offer. Today. What are you using as your CRM? So I've built out my own CRM off of Go High Level. I'll be releasing that probably in the next month or 2. I'm just focusing on scaling at the moment. But I built out my own kind of CRM using Go High Level, and it's a combination of my old Podio and Go High Level. So I have some automations on there, but I just tried to make it as simple as possible because I don't like getting stuck in the weeds of CRMs. What leads list have y'all had the most success with? I have worked on code violations and foreclosure lists. So I typically don't do direct to seller. When I used to, I loved probate, because a lot of times you have to go down to the county and actually get that information. And there's always a need to sell. Not always, but a lot of times it's like if you inherit a property and you're not even in the same state, why hold on to it? So a lot of times probate, estate sales, all of that good stuff is one of my favorites to go after when I used to do it. Last call was awesome. Appreciate it. When an agent finds out you wholesaled a deal, do they feel misled because we are introducing ourselves as an investor? No, because at the end of the day, I'm looking at all exit strategies, right? Like I have the means to take down a flip myself. I have plenty of buyers who will help me with flips. So if the numbers make sense, I'm going to take it down myself. And then at the same time, right? Let me give you an example. As an investor, let's say you were about to do a flip and someone, and in this flip, you were going to make $40,000. After, let's say it was a month flip, it was a quick in and out, and you were going to make $30,000 to $40,000. But on the other side, let's say you had an investor who was willing to pay you $60,000 for your flip or $50,000 for your flip. As an investor, our goal is to maximize our profits in the shortest amount of time. So why would we take on that month-long time span to make $40,000 or $30,000 when we could make $50,000 in a shorter amount of time? So look at it going into it as an investor mentality, right? At the end of the day, an assignment is just an exit strategy. So we're not misleading anyone. We're truly sourcing our deals. If you found a deal at 30,000 and you can put 10,000 in it and then sell it for 200,000, you're going to find a way to take down that property. So at the end of the day, don't look at it as you're misleading people because you're assigning it. Look at it as you're an investor looking at how to maximize your profit in the shortest amount of time. Give me 1 sec. I'm just replying to a text message. Sorry about that. Sounds good. And we'll check with title to figure out when they're dispersing. I appreciate it. Okay, cool. Sorry. Love the explanation. Thank you, of course. Appreciate it anytime. You are an investor. You're investing your time, money, EMD, marketing, and energy to get these deals. Assigning the contract is just how you choose to get a return on your investment. 100%, right? Where it becomes a tricky area is honestly when... Like I always say, try to have a buyer that you're really, really close with. And if the numbers make sense, you can take a deal down with them. The reason being is because if you don't have some sort of means, like if you don't have a buyer who you can partner with, if you don't have a hard money relationship with anyone, and you're truly just trying to wholesale properties with zero money down, the issue you can run into is if that seller took you to court, their argument would be that you had no actual intention of taking this property down. And there is some validity behind that. If you truly don't have someone you can partner with or don't have any of those proper connections, there is some validity behind that. And in that case, if you were to get sued, which is not likely, but if you were, that judge could say, well, you didn't have any partners that could help you. You didn't have any lenders that could help you. You didn't have any money. You had no means or intention of even trying to take this down if you could. You entered into an agreement fraudulently. That is the only part of this that I really, again, I'm not saying that to deter anyone from making calls, but it is in your best interest to have the resources backed behind you for if anything ever were to happen, you can fall back and say, well, no. Here's my partner right here. We are looking for flips to do together. The numbers just haven't worked for me on this one. No. I already have hard money relationships that if the numbers work, I can take down a property myself. So again, at the end of the day, you just want to make sure that if it ever arose and you ever did get, someone ever did come after you, you have the means in your back pocket to take down deals, or show that you had an intention to take down a deal if the numbers worked. And again, I'm not saying that, like, I hope no one, looks at this and takes that away as, oh, I'm not going to call agents anymore. Like, no, that's not it, right? Partner with a dispo person, partner with a buyer until you're comfortable. There's always ways to figure out, how to take deals down. Let's give Stella a call real quick. Okay. So this property was at, oh gosh. All right, this is 100% not a deal. The ARV is 570 and they're asking 600 and it's outdated. All right. Who is this? Bella? Stella.
Hello?
Hey, Stella.
Yeah?
Hi, this is Jacob. How are you doing?
Hi, Jacob. Can I call you in a minute?
Yeah, I was just returning the call in regards to Clearfield.
In the what?
I was calling about my offer on Clearfield.
Oh, did you send the offer?
No, I just wanted to kind of run over my numbers with you real quick.
Okay, give me 10 minutes.
No worries. Take your time. All right, so I'm not going to submit an offer on this one. I'm literally just going to tell her, hey, we're too far off. You're at 600. I'm getting an after repair value of 570. Based on that, I'm going to be so far off from your seller's number. I really don't think it makes sense to make an offer on this one. If they say, hey, just submit anything, I'll go ahead and tell her I'm going to be around 370. But if you're at 600 and I'm at 370, that's a $230,000 difference. I really, really, really doubt that they're going to come down that far. What's another way to find buyers? What's another way to find buyers? In Pennsylvania, they block the owner's name on their LLC. So can I use Open Corps? Would you prefer a skip tracing service? I don't know that one. I would have to play around with it in Pennsylvania, but I know unfortunately in like Delaware and stuff like that, where they don't show the owners, it's pretty much like you just got to do some digging. Maybe search their LLC name on Google, see if you can find their LinkedIn page, their connected investor page. Maybe they have their website or their company name on their Facebook. So a lot of times when you cannot see the owners on the actual state records, the only way you're going to be able to find them is actually digging. Okay, cool. So she's going to call me back. Let's go to this one real quick. Danny, didn't I? Oh yeah, that was the dude who said I needed to be represented. Get out of here, buddy. All right, so now I need to call. I need to call some other listings that some people didn't have luck on, but it sounded like they were close. All right, here, this one. So I had a buyer call me yesterday and basically say, hey, can you call this agent and try to get this deal locked up for me? It's like, you already know I can. You already know it. All right, what was his name? Two first names. All right, let's call him, see if this property, so it's pending right now. So he might tell me it's still available, but we'll see. No, don't do this to me again, CRM. This is the most annoying problem to have. It shows, like, it doesn't show my new contacts that I'm adding. And then it takes forever for them to pop up. And it's frustrating. All I know, if this keeps happening, I'm going to I have no choice but to cancel Go High Level, because I can't be having problems every single day where I can't see my contacts. Like, this is ridiculous. All right, I'm just calling them off my cell phone. I'm not doing this.
Thank you for calling Clarence Kyle.
All right, well, that didn't work. So let's try one more, huh? All right, we're not even getting into that text message I just got. One fire after another. And it is today. All right, someone just texted me some wild stuff. What's this dude's address? If Call them off high level. Does it go to your phone when they call you back? Yeah. But even then, I'm getting people who are telling me, like I had people call me yesterday and they were texting me and they're like, hey, give me a call. When I called you, it didn't ring. It just gave me some weird automated message that I've never heard. One guy was like, man, I've been doing this for 40 years and I've never heard a message like that. It really depends on the situation for EMD. So Matthew said, do you usually get your buyer to front the EMD or do you do it yourself? So I've had it to where I've put up EMD myself. And then what ended up happening was I tried to cancel during my inspection and the sellers refused to sign my cancellation. Like they just refused to sign it. And so what ended up happening was they were able to hold my EMD ransom basically until they just decided to release it. But what ended up happening was I knew my contract better than the agent did. So the agent said I was breach of my contract. I told the agent I absolutely was not. Here's where I would be breach. And then I showed her, she said, you're past your inspection. So basically she said, you're past your inspection period, which I wasn't. I still had 2 days. And then when I told her I still had 2 days, she said, okay, well, you didn't submit an inspection report. And I was like, okay, per the agreement I signed, it says that the inspection can be done by the buyer and a licensed inspector, contractors, or any party the buyer chooses to have go look at the property. Nowhere does it say that I need to have an inspection report. She ignored that. So I went and got an inspection report done, sent her the inspection report. They still refused to sign the release and send me back my EMD. So I politely sent her the contract and I said, please see paragraph this and paragraph this. Per the agreement your seller signed, if they're refusing to sign a release when they should be signing a release, I have every means to take them to court. I will be getting my EMD back and they will be paying for all of my litigation fees. She still ignored that. So then she actually emailed my title company and said, hey, just want to make sure you didn't release the EMD yet. So what I did was I actually saw that the property was pending with a new buyer. This was pretty shady, I'm not gonna lie. But I called the new buyer's agent and I said, hey, your seller's refusing to sign my release, which means that your buyer cannot buy this property. And he said, what do you mean? And I said, well, until they sign my release, I'm technically still under contract with them, whether they're breach or not. So until they sign that release, you can tell your buyer to go find another house. So now that kicked the gears in motion on the buyer's agent, right? And if you're an agent, you cannot do this. So now I called the buyer's agent. Then I called the homeowner and I said, hey man, I'm trying to get this resolved. Is there any way you can release my EMD back? He said, screw you. I said, okay, cool. You do understand what you signed in the contract, right? And he started getting all quiet. And I said, look, I understand your agent is telling you one thing, but go read the contract you signed. You need to release my EMD. And if you don't, I'm taking you to court and you will pay for my litigation fees. And he said, screw you. And I said, cool. This is me letting you know that I'm suing you now and I will see you in court. Hung up the phone. Within 10 minutes of that conversation, the agent sends me a message. Hey, Jacob, oh my gosh, I must have overlooked your last message where you included the inspection report. You're actually right. You are within your inspection and we're releasing your EMD now. Please see release. I don't want to go through that nonsense again. And it was just stupid. So I always put my EMD up now because of that at the end of the inspection. If there's any kickback to that, I simply explain that story. I say, look, I'm happy to put my EMD up right after ratification, but I will not have a seller hold my EMD hostage again. So the only way I'm willing to sign that contract is if it clearly states that if I cancel within my inspection period, it is a unilateral release. I do not need a mutual release and the seller does not need to sign off on my agreement, period. If they're willing to sign that, cool, I'll drop EMD tomorrow. If they're not willing to sign that, then EMD goes up at the end of the inspection period. And at the end of the day, I don't care what the agent says. I don't care what the seller says. I'm the buyer and these are my terms. If the terms don't work for the agent, cool. but I'm not going to have someone tie up my money because they don't follow an agreement that they signed. Again, that's not in every state. My area is very, very adamant on having mutual releases. I have a deal right now. The sellers aren't even legally allowed to sign a contract. They're not personal representative, nothing anymore. They signed the contract. My buyer went under contract, put the EMD up, and then they found out they had to go through probate and it was going to take 12 months. Title won't release their EMD because we don't have a mutual release. Keep in mind, the sellers never could legally sign a contract. So there should be no contract there, but they still will not they still will not release my buyer's EMD. So you have a party who legally cannot enter into an agreement who is legally holding up my buyer's EMD. So again, this is just me and my experience. I know people who will put 5-10 grand up right away. I'm just not going to do that. So me personally, I put my EMD up due at the end of the inspection period, and then I have my buyer's EMD cover mine because I'm just not dealing with that headache of having someone who doesn't understand their agreement try to hold my money hostage. Yeah, no, it was definitely pretty crazy. It was not a fun experience, but it was a learning experience to say the least. Okay, let me call this person right here. See what we're working with. Also, I know I always say it, but just in case there's anyone new, while I'm doing this back end stuff, like putting in people's numbers, all that good stuff, just feel free to drop questions in the chat. Feel free to ask about my processes. If you have deals, feel free to post them in the chat so other people can look into them. Whatever makes sense. What's this guy's name? Okay, cool. Let's call this person real quick and see what we can do. Are you serious? It's still not showing any, come on, go high level. This is not okay. This is way too red. This has been the third day in a row that this has done this now. Okay, cool. So I don't know. Go high level. What are you doing here? I'm gonna have to reach out to them and ask them because that's not cool. And I really don't want to use my personal cell phone every time I have to call an agent and then remember that I bounced them between the two. Okay, so while investor lit, anytime, Joe. Appreciate you all for tuning in. So let's see. While Go High Level is being whatever it's doing, does anyone have any questions? I'm just trying to figure out why Go High Level is being like this. All right, I just logged back in. See if this does anything. All right, I got to reach out to support, I guess. Man, you're all just staring at me trying to figure this out too. All right, I guess we're calling him on my cell phone. I don't know what to do at this point. I do not know what to do at this point. Oh yeah, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, all the other buttons that you have to hit on YouTube now, make sure you click those and do whatever you got to do with those. Oh yeah, no, I'm liking those vibes. Don't just say it's good content, show it by smashing that like button, smashing that subscribe button. Okay. Have you had success with creative finance deals? If so, which ones have worked? I don't do any creative deals. The only reason is just because I don't know enough about it to really, pursue that. I just ordered Pace's book. I'll probably jump into Pace's mentorship. I'm at the moment where I'm trying to learn like every avenue of real estate to be able to help me become a better wholesaler and investor as a whole. So like right now I'm reading the book, The Burr Method. So where it goes over, buy, rehab, rent, refinance, all that good stuff. I'm reading that right now. A lot of it I already know, but I'm just reading the stuff I don't. I just ordered, what's her name? Can't think of her name at the top of my head. Is it Nicole Espinoza, maybe? The Short Sale Queen. I just ordered her book basically to learn about short sales. And then I ordered Pace's book to learn more about the creative stuff. So I haven't personally worked any creative deals yet, but I really want to become a well-rounded investor and then be able to know all of those avenues for if I wholesale more. I'll be able to go that route and understand how all of that works. As an investor, how is fix and flip different from a rental? Agents always ask me, is it a rental or a flip? So a fix and flip is going to be right. Like you're buying it, fixing it up, and then flipping it for a profit. So you're going to be deeper on your asking prices typically because you're looking to maximize your profit on the flip side of things, right? A rental is where you just buy it, fix it up, and then you bring a rental or a renter into it, and you get your cash out of the rents, right? So let's say, let's say the house was worth 200,000, and it's worth 200 as it is, but fixed up it's worth 300. An investor might have to be, or excuse me, a fix and flipper might have to be at 150 or 100 because they're looking to fix it up and then they're looking to make 50 on the back end. But a buy and hold might say, hey, I'm going to be all in at this at 200. I'm looking to make 2,000 a month. And then they're holding it for 30 years. So their profits are coming from cash flow, whereas the fix and flippers is coming from, that lump sum after it's been fixed. Hell yeah. I'm going to have to check it out. I just want to learn everything about real estate that I can, to be honest. Okay, so it's adding my, like, I don't understand. Go High Level added a contact in from like 20 minutes ago, but not the one I just added. So it's just being extremely slow. All right, let's call this person.
Hello?
Hey, Marcus.
Speaking. How can I help you?
Yeah, this is Jacob. How are you doing this morning?
Hey, Jacob. I'm doing all right. What's up?
I was calling about a listing I believe you have off of 53rd Street.
Yep.
Yeah, is that still available by chance?
It is fully available.
Perfect. So I'm actually an investor, and I was looking at this either as a potential fix and flip or maybe even a rental. But I did have a couple questions. Is now a good time for you?
I am waiting on a client, so until they get here yet.
Okay, cool. So I don't see really any interior pictures. Can you just tell me a little bit about the inside of the property?
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
I strongly suggest checking it out, and if you're serious, bring in a contractor with you to see if it's a viable option.
Okay, no, we would definitely have our contractors and everyone walk through if we did get it under contract, of course. But in any case, is there, like, to your knowledge, is there any structural foundation issues, anything like that, or is the inside just need to be completely remodeled?
I have no knowledge as to any structural into the structural integrity of the place.
Okay.
But, you know, it needs a lot of work. So.
Okay. I gotcha. No worries. And then do you know if the property has central air?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't see any units in the pictures. I don't think it does, but yeah, we'll definitely take a closer look. Okay, cool. And is the property currently occupied?
It is not.
Okay, so it's vacant.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then are they just looking to offload it because it just got so run down, or what's the situation with the property?
I don't know.
No problem at all. And have you been getting a decent amount of offers on it so far?
A lot of investors have been calling about the property. You know, nothing serious, to be quite honest with you.
Okay.
The sellers are not entertaining any signable offers.
Okay.
You know, everybody wants to be a wholesaler. So, but other than that, you know, like, just go check it out and see if it's worth your time and energy.
Oh, okay, cool. And then is there any type of time constraints that the sellers are working within?
Nope.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, yeah, let me run my numbers. I'm super familiar with the area. Oh, 1 second. Is that 1,500 including the basement? Yeah. Okay, cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it looks like it is. It looks like it's 1,100 above ground and 400 or so below ground.
Right.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, let me go ahead and run some numbers, and I'll get back to you later this afternoon once you're out of your client appointments and all that. And then, you know, if the number sounds like it's entertainable to your sellers, we'll put it in writing and get it over to you.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Marcus, have a good one, and enjoy your and good luck on your appointment there.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. So that was kind of a weird one because I had a wholesaler send that to me and ask me to make an offer on it. But I'll probably still just submit it with my assignable thing. And then if he has any kickback, I'll be like, hey man, this is why I need it. But I have a strong feeling it's not the homeowners. Like, why would the homeowners be like, I don't want anything assignable? Nah, I feel like that's you, buddy. I don't feel like that's the homeowners. All right, so let me throw Marcus in here. This is so stupid, man. I wish I could see. I wish I could see what's going on in Go High Level. All right, cool. Save. What? All right, it says he's already in my CRM, so I don't know. Oh yeah, he is. This system is so flawed. So flawed. All right, so he said condition, full gut. Didn't sound like it had central air. Occupancy, vacant, motivation. He has no idea. This dude doesn't sound like he's very thorough. All right, cool. Go ahead and throw this in our opportunity section. Put this on leads and then put this in underwrite property. Yeah, no, definitely check out Pace's and Jerry's creative strategy. I'm excited to look into it as well. 20 videos on creative financing, real easy to understand, and they use real life examples. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let me move on to the next one. All right, let's see. Let's open up our privy, jump into our lists, and see what we need to call. There we go. I like it. What's your KPIs looking like right now? So honestly, I'm kind of bad at tracking my KPIs. I used to be super, like very on it. But excuse me, I'm just looking at this property. So I used to be really on my KPIs, but what ended up happening is so much stuff started going on. So I stopped tracking them as much. I try to get at least 5 offers in a day. On top of, I have dispo stuff going on. I have, I have deals that I have to dispo. I have transactions, coordinating stuff I got to handle in the background. I got stuff I got to do in regards to hiring. So my day is all over the place. So I don't have a set KPI really. When I first got started, it was 50 conversations a day with 50 wholesalers. And then I would build my buyers list. So I would try to talk to 25 new buyers a day. And then it was really just from there, like hitting my numbers, right? Just stay on my follow-ups, keep talking to new people. So right now, if I was doing agent outreach in the beginning, it would be, depending on how much time I had, if I had the full day from like 8 to 12, I would just be calling properties. Then from like 12 to 1, I would be eating lunch and comping stuff. And then from 1 to like 3, I would be submitting those offers. And then anything after 3, I would just focus on dispositions, finding new buyers, talking to dispo wholesalers, all of that good stuff. And I would probably shoot for at least 5 to 10 solid written offers a day. See, this house looks like the pictures are much better, but then you get to the basement and it's like, what is going on? Okay, hold on. Yeah. Of course, anytime. So one of the places I like to go that's kind of overlooked when it comes to finding properties So like I just found one. Oh no, that's not as is. I like to use Trulia. A lot of people don't use Trulia for some reason, but I like to go on Trulia and just type in, as is houses or townhomes. I think you can even throw in any properties that have had a price reduction. Price reduced in the last week, new listings in the last week. So I don't know, for whatever reason, Trulia gets overlooked. And I'm giving y'all my secret sauce away because no one ever uses Trulia. It's outdated. It is. Look at that. See, this was one that I didn't even have on my privy list. I literally just found it on Trulia. KPI is your key performance indicators. That's pretty much how you keep track of your metrics and like what you're doing. All right, let me call this person real quick. I like this property. I did the calculations for buy/sold price of a fix and flip house, and a lot of times the initial buy date is 10, 20 years ago. What are some fast ways to filter only short-term fix and flips? So a fix and flip would not be 10 to 20 years. That's just someone holding and fixing up their house that they lived in. A fix and flip is going to be a property that you have the sole intention to buy, fix it up, and flip it. It's going to be a quick turnaround, 2 to 3 months, maybe 6 months if it's a bigger project, and if it's a development project, maybe a year to 2 years. But you will never see a fix and flip that will be 10 to 20 years. That's, like I said, that's just someone holding their property. You just want to put the ownership year date like a year or less. Belinda. Speaking of Belinda, I forgot I needed to call my mom's friend who's a realtor. Let's give Belinda a call. I need some tea. Oh my gosh, man. So it loads. There we go. So it loads my contacts somewhat, and then other times it doesn't. This is so dumb. All right, I have a plan. Maybe I have to create them on my cell phone so that way it opens. I got it. Your boy figured it out. What is this? Man, I'm trying to tell you, forget I told anyone about Trulia because these are my deals. Get away from them. I'm just joking. Nah, but for real, like I find a lot of properties on Trulia. This is only an exclusive for people on here because I have never heard anyone talk about Trulia. But Zillow and Redfin are the only ones. But Trulia shows me properties that Zillow and Redfin don't. Dang it, Michael. All right, you got me. Trulia is maybe owned by Redfin. Let's forget this conversation ever happened. That's not Bay, because if I call her Bay, that's going to be extremely uncomfortable. Has to be Bia. Has to be, right? Yeah, see, when I add it to my phone, it does it better. It does it better. Sometimes Trulia will sometimes have pictures when Zillow and Redfin don't. I know. That's what I'm saying. Trulia is really the platform. All right, let me call her real quick. I'm sorry.
Hello?
Hey, Bia.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Jacob. How are you doing?
Hi, Jacob. How are you?
I am pretty good. Thanks for asking. I was actually calling about a listing I believe you have off of Norris Way.
Yes,
Is that still available by chance?
it is available.
Perfect. So I actually am an investor and I was looking at this maybe as a flip or even a potential rental.
Mhm.
I did just have a couple questions prior to submitting an offer. Is now a good time for you?
Yes.
Awesome. So I can get a general idea of the condition based on the pictures, and it looks like you guys have pretty good pictures up. Is there anything major that you all are aware of that I would need to take note of?
The kitchen, the dishwasher doesn't work, and the kitchen cabinet is probably going to need to be replaced.
Okay, so just the dishwasher doesn't work and the cabinets in the kitchen?
And then there are a few closet doors that are missing.
Okay, no worries. So just sounds like some cosmetic updates here and there?
That's it.
Perfect. So nothing, no structural issues, foundation issues?
No.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. And then it does look like the property is vacant, but I always have to ask, is it currently occupied?
No, it is vacant.
Okay, perfect. So we'll be vacant at close, so that won't be an issue. And then was this their primary residence and they're just looking to downsize?
No, the parents, both of them, have passed away.
Oh, goodness. So it's an estate sale?
No, it's not an estate. The son is an only child.
Okay, I got you. That makes sense. Okay, cool. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm an only child as well, and I always kind of dread that day where my parents both pass away.
Right.
And I get to inherit stuff, but I'm like, I don't want to inherit anything.
Right. He's an only child. He has his own home.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that makes sense. So hopefully we can be able to get this off his hands for him. And I do see it's literally been listed for only like 5-6 days. Have you been getting a decent amount of interest on it so far?
Yes, we've been getting quite a bit of traffic. Yes, we have.
Okay. Any solid offers in hand?
Not as of yet. And the original floors are really nice. They've taken up the carpet and had the floors done, and the house has been painted and professionally cleaned.
Okay, cool. Awesome. And based on the interest you're receiving, are you thinking it's probably going to go to an investor like myself, or are you thinking a first-time home buyer will probably come in and pick this one up?
I think a first-time home buyer.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean it's in good condition, so I think it could could go both ways, to be honest. Okay, cool. And then obviously, we'd be looking to close sooner versus later, but are there any time constraints your seller's working within?
Any what now?
Time constraints, like can they not sell by a certain date or?
Oh, no. They could sell immediately.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Well, let me go ahead and pass this off to my underwriting team. And once they get me back with an offer number, I will call you back. And if it's something that your sellers will entertain, we'll go ahead and put it in writing and send it over to you with a POF.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem. I'll talk to you later.
Uh-huh.
Bye-bye. I thought that was a pretty good call. So I always just like to, what I always try to do is just ask a lot of questions. The goal for us is really to problem solve. So a lot of times, you'll figure stuff out with you when you ask questions like, were those other offers investors or homeowners, right? If they were investors, okay, where did those other offers come in at? Did they have a buyer's agent? Were they covering closing costs? Oh, they're first time home buyers. Okay. If she had offers in hand, do those offers have a lot of contingencies? Maybe the seller's looking for a rent back and no one's accepting the rent back. So I just like to ask as many questions as possible. It's not necessarily what I'm trying to do. So there's a book, and most people know this book, Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. Definitely a must read if you haven't read this already. But in that book, he talks about uncovering a black swan. And basically what that means is finding that little hidden detail that they're not sharing with you. And then you use that to try to kind of figure out a solution. So a lot of times, right, like if you have a lot of offers, but they're not accepting something, ask questions and try to figure out why they haven't accepted that. If there's any kind of black swan there that you can find, and then use that to try to help you get the deal. So let me go ahead and throw in these notes real quick. Pretty annoying. I have to do this all on my cell phone, but I guess it's better than not being able to do it at all, right? Okay, so she said, I think I wrote everything down. Oh, no, I didn't. She said the condition was cosmetic. It is currently vacant. She said the motivation is a single child. Single child, inherited parents' house, and already owns a place of his own. And going back, I think we literally just had someone ask me about what my favorite list is, direct to seller. Like, this is why, right? You have probates and estate sales and stuff like that, or inheritance is great because at the end of the day, this dude has a property he doesn't want to sell. He doesn't want to move into his parents' old house. So like he has no reason in keeping that house. Price, no offers yet, but a lot of interest, and seems to be from first-time home buyers. And then timeline, can sell ASAP. All right. Let me go down and add this opportunity. So the opportunity name is the address. We'll throw it in leads. We need to assign it to me, and the stage is underwrite property. We'll go ahead and hit save. Oops. Yes, okay, yep, save. All right, cool. Now I know I need to underwrite the property. On to the next. So yeah, the workaround is if you're dealing with annoying problems on Go High Level, just use the app and start calling on your app. All right, let's see. Nope. Let's see. I've been keeping an eye out this particular property about 5 months, and it goes pending, then back on market for about a day or two, then shows back pending. What's your take on that? My first take would be That sounds like 5 months after one property. Is there any reason, I guess, that you were trying to chase one property for 5 months? Was it just like a lead? Were you like just watching this property? I would need to know a little bit more. So my first thought on that would be like, hopefully that wasn't just a giant waste of time. It was pending, which means someone had it under contract. They canceled, it went back on the market, and then it went pending again, which just means someone, got it back under contract. What's the point in asking is now a good time to talk? Because if they're at an appointment or they're in the middle of something, I don't want to just jump in. No, because I double call. So I've had agents answer in the middle of meetings. I've had agents answer in the middle of client appointments. I've had agents answer while they're taking their kids to preschool. I've had agents answer, they're running into CVS, right? So like, I always ask is it a good time? And if you really want to throw a curveball, you ask, is it a bad time? And what happens when you ask, is it a bad time, is you throw it left, basically. It's called going left. It's from the Sandler training. So a lot of times, like, let's say, and this is why I do, I'm assuming they're downsizing. So if you start off and you say, hey, is now a bad time for you? They're either going to say, yes, it is, call me later, or absolutely not, it's a good time. Similarly, if I say, hey, I'm assuming this home, like if I go, hey, why is the seller selling? Oh, I can't tell you that. Okay, I'm assuming this was a primary residence and they were just downsizing. They'll either tell you yes, or they'll correct you and say no. It's a sales training. Why is Belinda still not popping up? Yeah, so it's just a sales training, basically. Is this outdated? Doesn't look like it. I've already talked to them. This is outdated, but 279. I'm almost willing to bet that this goes for 180. I don't know. I do not know. What is this one? Ooh. I'm liking the numbers. Okay, nothing like a listing. And then the first 5 pictures are of plants that are in the front yard. We got some tulips. We got some pink and white stripe looking thing. Oh my gosh, we even have a hippo lawn ornament. I can't wait to buy this house and I get my hippo ornament with it. Ooh. Like, just show me the house. I don't care about the hippo. You guys feel me with that lawn ornament stuff? All right, let's see. I'm going to call this person. Bridget. We're calling you, Bridget. You're not getting away from us. Oh yeah, I forgot I can't use my actual CRM. I have to use my phone. All right, let's give Bridget a call.
You reached Bridget Fisher with Coastal Realty, Maryland.
Always double call.
Hello.
Bridget. Bridget. So now we basically just have to add the opportunity name and then follow up with her later today. Okay, let me move my cursor, please. There we go. All right, status open, assigned to myself, needs to call. We'll put couldn't reach. Bam. Okay, we should be good. Although it's not creating tasks like it should be, I'm just going to have to come back to this. We don't have time for, we just don't have time for it, you know? I mean, what is this? I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's outdated. I don't know what's going on. I don't know anymore. All right, it's always super interesting looking at people's layouts to their house and what they actually look like. But I'm telling you, back in the day, people just used to do whatever with their house. It would be like all blue in one room, and then there will be like clouds painted on the ceiling. And then the next room will be like all like rose color red. And then it will be like roses as wallpaper in the next room. And then the next room will be like bright yellow carpet. And you're just like, what are you guys doing? I don't think anyone thought that through. Okay. Why did Privy do this house so dirty? There are no good pictures of this house on Privy. And then I clicked on it on Zillow, and it looks like they had redone the whole kitchen. What? The kitchen looks like, oh no, I think they just made it look nice. I don't know. We're calling them and we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure out what's going on with this property. That's what we're going to do. And we got Belinda on our list again. All right, Belinda, we're calling you now.
Oh,
Hey, Belinda.
uh-huh.
Yeah, this is Jacob. How are you doing this morning?
Okay.
I was calling about a property I believe you have listed off of Holloway Drive.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Is that still available by chance?
Um, Hold on just a second, please. I'm on a webinar. It's still available because the seller hasn't made a decision. I mean, we have several offers in that they were looking through and they want to discuss with their heirs, but they haven't made a decision. So what I was doing was just leaving it out there, and anybody that see it today and get an offer in, I would include it into, the batch of offers for them to consider.
Okay, perfect. Well, in that case, let me run my numbers after. I just had a couple questions prior to submitting an offer, and then I'll run my numbers quickly and get you something in writing.
So it sounds like this may be an investor deal or retail deal.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this. I'm an investor myself, so I was either looking at this maybe as a potential fix and flip or even as a potential buy and hold. But I can see here I can get a general idea of the pictures. I mean, the condition based on the pictures, but was there anything major that I need to be aware of regarding the property?
Not that I know of. I mean, everything just needs to be updated.
Okay, so nothing like structural, foundational, no molds, leaks, anything like that?
No, we don't have any issues like that. Now, I will say that third bedroom, which is the one that's carpeted in the burgundy carpet, it was a garage converted into that living space. Okay.
Is it an actual legal bedroom though?
It's legal in that it has the window, it has a portable closet, but it does not have heating vents.
Okay.
So, okay.
I gotcha. So you just have to
sit out there like that.
Okay, no worries. Cool. And then is the property currently occupied at the moment or no? I mean, it looks vacant.
No, it's vacant.
Okay,
vacant.
Cool. Awesome. And then was this just kind of like a rental property for them and they're looking to offload it?
No. This was an estate. This is an estate sale.
Okay.
So there are 5 heirs involved. So that's why we had a little delay in making a decision amongst the offers that we already have. And just to be fully, transparent, for lack of a better word, they are considering retail offers. So we're trying to get the absolute most, but there are multiple heirs involved.
Definitely makes sense. And it's always fun to have a deal with, like you said, 5 people involved. Hopefully everyone, as easily comes to an agreement.
Yeah, I think there's some sort of agreement, but their issue is everybody wants the absolute most, and they are like typical sellers where they think the house has a much higher value than it actually does.
Right.
Because then there's some emotional attachment to it, as well. That's my mom's house. We did this, we did that, So it's just a little challenging, let's say, to kind of rein people in and see what the market will give. It's not what you want, it's what the market will bear. Yeah.
I was going to say, hopefully we can get around that 285 mark, but, the problem that I see, at least with what they're trying, if they're trying to get full retail, just the condition it's in, it's going to be hard for, even a first-time home buyer to come in and pick it up just because nowadays everyone just wants everything brand new, it seems like.
Well, it depends on the buyer because actually, even in the listing, what I was aiming for as an agent was to get someone who can see the potential in it, because actually if they just do a deep clean, they can move in it and fix it up. If they got some skills themselves, they can fix it up. I think it will go FHA. And, the refrigerator's new, the oven is clean, stove is clean, the bathroom is clean, and everything's functional. So they just put a bed in and they want to do the work themselves or do the work as they can get to it, then that's an option.
Right.
But it has to be that type of retail buyer. It can't be, like what you mentioned. And that's what I typically run into as buyers. They want granite countertops and they want stainless steel and they just want to put a toothbrush in the cup holder and then unpack their suitcases and that's it. They don't even so much want to wipe a counter off.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah. No, exactly. And what do you think? I don't know if you've even looked at this on your end. What do you think it would go for once it's been fully renovated?
That's been a difficult challenge because with this property, really it was a 2-bedroom, 1 bath with a garage.
Okay.
And it was difficult to do comps. I don't know if you follow the listing, but I originally had it at $250. Okay, and I did that because there was a listing that was the 2 streets over. That's a 3-bedroom, 1 and a garage, 1 bath and a garage. It has the same kind of square footage, blah blah blah. So that's the best comp. But the agent put 1 picture, which is the front, and no description, no remarks. So it's very difficult to, determine, okay, what is it fully renovated? Because it went for $298. So this is listed for $298. It closes on the 15th of this month. So she finally took the phone after about a week and a half, and we talked, and she said everything needs to be updated. So I moved the price from this one from $250 up to where it is now, $285.
Okay.
Okay. So, and initially I had a straddle between two listings that were, I think one of them was like 200 or so, but it was a much broader area that I had to look to find it. It wasn't in that exact neighborhood, which was the issue. So in terms of the ARV, I kind of estimated maybe 325 or something like that.
Okay.
Somewhere around there is what I would, conservatively guess. And I say guess because I haven't seen anything that's comparable to that.
Right.
That small one level. They had another one that was two levels. It wasn't fully blasted out though, but that was a 325. But it had a whole nother level.
Right.
But again, that one wasn't completely renovated. It was in good shape. You could move in it,
Okay. No, that's definitely super helpful. Hopefully, I'll take a look and see if I can find any comps myself. Okay, cool. So they're really, between the 5 siblings, they're really just trying to, it sounds like they have some flexibility, but they're really just pushing for that 285 mark to try to maximize their profits.
Yeah. And to be honest, they have an offer that is somewhat compliant with that. Let me put it that way without just telling you.
Okay, no worries. That's helpful. And then obviously, we'd be probably looking to close within a month, but are there any sort of time constraints that the seller's working within?
They're very focused on price.
They're very focused on price.
Yep.
Okay.
Very focused on price.
No worries. Awesome. Well, let me kind of run my numbers, see exactly where I need to be at, and then if I can get close to that 285 mark, either way, I'll give you a call back and let you know where I need to be at. But if we can get close to that 285 mark, we'll go ahead and put it in writing and get it sent over to you with a POF.
Okay. All right, then. And what's your time frame? I'm trying to see if I have. The thing is, they're going to discuss this. I guess at the work hours when everybody's at home and make a decision. But what I like to do with offers is to get a chance to talk with lenders and to actually compile the data, to make comparisons and stuff like that. So I hope it wouldn't come in at the absolute last minute, and then I have to try to get all that data integrated with all the other offers.
For sure. No, I definitely understand. So I'll try to get that to you. I'm interviewing someone for a potential acquisitions position for my company. Mm-hmm. So that's at 12. So I'll try to get it to you no later than like 1 or 2.
Okay, because 3 o'clock is what I had in mind. So, but let me ask you something. You have an acquisitions company, so you're a buyer in this area?
Yeah, we've bought about 50 houses or so in the last 2 years.
Okay, you do primarily flips, or do you do any wholesaling?
We do some wholesaling as well. I got started in wholesaling. So, I have a big buyers list. And so if a deal we ever come across that doesn't work out for us in regards to flipping or holding, we have, probably 20,000 other investors in this area that we can all, always send it out to.
Okay. Well, I'm asking because actually I'm going to be looking for something myself.
Okay.
So, I'm on, buyer's list and stuff like that as well. But, and then also because I'm starting back with my probate property. So if I got something that comes up and it's a real junker, they don't want to put it in the market. Sometimes people just don't want people to know that, they had a hoarder or that kind of thing, going on in the family. They just want to get rid of it. They don't even want to look at it. So if I get some stuff like that, then I want to be able to call people and, just get rid of it and make that commission and walk through it, or either wholesale it myself.
Yeah, no, send it over. Those are our favorite properties. And like I said, we got started in wholesaling, and I help a lot of, new wholesalers kind of get deals under contract. We've helped wholesalers make close to 1.5 or 1.6 million in assignment fees alone in the last, like I said, 1.5 to 2 years. So, whether it's us picking it up from you or us helping you offload it, I'm always happy to take a look at any opportunity you have.
Okay. Is it something that you expect when you kind of help offload it, or even look at the deal or help run the numbers or anything like that? Yeah,
I do. So I can help you kind of put together a number where we need to be at, put together a number where we can offload it. And then, typically if I do a lot of the work for the wholesalers and we can't necessarily pick it up ourselves, we'll go 50-50, but there's also times where, the wholesaler will send it to us and I'll just say, hey, this doesn't work for me. And then I just add my fee on top and send it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
there's
good.
plenty of room to work together.
Okay, yeah, please send me your information by, well, you're going to send an offer, so I'll have all your info there. Okay, great.
Yep, I'll go ahead and text you over my info, and then I will call you later this afternoon with an offer in mind. And then in any case, if this one doesn't work out, let's definitely make some money together this year.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Have a good one.
Okay.
Bye-bye. That's the type of agent we want. That's what I'm talking about. She's the GOAT. She is the freaking GOAT. I don't know what happened. I had like 25 viewers and then they would shot down to 8. So I don't know if we had literally a little error going on over there, but I appreciate everyone for joining back. That was super solid. I'm glad I got a hold of her. Okay, cool. But see, kind of going back, I know someone, I don't know if they're still on the call, but kind of going back when someone asked, how do you go about not misleading an agent when there's an assignment fee? That right there, being transparent, just letting people know that, hey, I'm looking at this for myself. I got started in wholesaling. Of course, I have the means to wholesale this if I need to, but at the end of the day, I'm looking for an opportunity myself. I think when you approach it that way, you're being transparent. They understand what's going on and there's no surprises. I don't think you can go wrong when you do it like that. So let me just throw in this real quick. So she said condition, it was outdated. There wasn't nothing major, I don't think. Occupancy, vacant, motivation, estate sale, 5 heirs involved. Price, very stuck on their price. Firm at asking price, it sounded like, and then timeline, no rush. I'm just going to throw just a little note in here. Agent is also a wholesaler and possibly could help her with her probate leads and getting them locked up. Did the agent mention her real estate goals? I thought she said she wanted to get into landlording, but it was difficult to tell. No, she said she's trying to wholesale as well. And she asked if I could help her when it comes to selling her deals or giving her an offer number or helping her with comps or anything like that. But she mentioned where you heard landlording, she said hoarding. So she said sometimes she come across properties and they have, hoarding situations, or they're really bad that, people don't want to know that they're hoarding. And so they want to sell off market. And that's when I said, like, those are the deals we want. Right. So let me send her my information right here. Okay, I just sent her my contact information, and I'm going to say looking forward to reach out whenever. Don't hesitate to reach out for anything. Don't hesitate to reach out for anything, please. Okay, cool. Yes, sir, Salim, let's go. Money making time for sure. That is 100% a unicorn agent. She knows what's up. Yeah, no, that was a super solid call. I'm excited to do some deals with her. I'm excited to do some deals with her. I think we'll be able to knock out some solid deals together. throw this in opportunities to underwrite the property, and boom. That call gets me excited to make my calls after this. You better start making them ASAP. Look, I say if it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and you have the means to call, here's what I'm going to tell everyone watching this. Call alongside with me, right? Like if it's 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock and you can call right now, make some calls with me. Like put me on mute, jump on the call, put me on mute, and then unmute it once you get off your call, right? Like let's slam the phones together. Use this. If you have the time from 9 to 11, like I do, use this exact same time to call people. If a question pops up while you're calling, drop it in the chat. Like use this time for your outreach as well. Salim, we've done deals. Salim's my man. He said, I wish I could do some deals with Jacob. Hey, shout out to Salim. He's also in the DMV area. So if you guys have anything, send it over to him as well. Follow him on Instagram, TikTok, wherever he's trying to get followed at. Drop it in the chat. Let's build each other's, social media as well. All right, let me call Thomas. How many properties do I have right now? Underwrite. What's today? The 8th? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we've only talked to 3 that we need to underwrite. We need to get at least 5. That's what I say we need. How do you spell it? McGlenn? All right, let's call our boy Thomas. Tomas. Yo, what's up, Hunter? We're about to wrap it up soon. You late, boy.
Oh, McGlenn.
Hey, Tom, this is Jacob. How you doing?
I'm well, and you?
I'm pretty good. I was actually calling about a listing I believe you have off of North Capitol Street.
Yes, Jacob. Are you an agent?
No, I'm an investor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. We don't discriminate.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it. You'd be surprised at how many agents do.
You're kidding me, really?
Man, I literally just had an agent tell me right now they will not accept any offers if I'm unrepresented.
Wow, that's pretty bizarre. All
Yep.
they have to do is appoint, do an intra-company referral and refer one of their colleagues, and
Yeah, trust me,
wow,
it's a pretty easy solution. But I'm glad to hear you don't discriminate.
No, I'm joking. This day and age, you can't even joke about that. So anyway. Okay,
no problem. Yeah. So first off, it's still available?
It is.
Perfect. So I just had some questions. I can get a general idea of the condition, based on the pictures. Is there anything major?
Yeah, it's on. Well, obviously you would need I was going to say you would need an agent to let you in, but I could give you a 1-day code if you wanted to go through. But why don't you ask your questions first?
Yeah, for sure. So, I can get a, general idea of the condition, but is there anything major, like structurally, foundationally, any mold leaks, anything like that?
No. So, I can give you a fair amount of detail if that would help you.
Okay. Yeah. I'm here.
So, so it's like many owners. The fellow bought it and lived in it, and then he got transferred, and he's out of state now. windows are on the second level. It has, and the pictures show this, an attic that's finished, but no egress. Okay, so can't make that a bedroom, although somebody lived in it. And then the basement, which is finished but is in rough shape. If you look at the pictures, somebody lived down there. So you basically had 5 tenants, but it is legally a 3-bedroom with a lot of full baths. As I say in the listing remarks, it's the largest square footage in the neighborhood.
Okay.
So when I did my open houses, I dropped a pin and went out a mile, so that encompassed some northeast, some northwest, and I looked at all single family, and the closest one with the same square footage was $200,000 more.
Okay.
So exactly, it was $899. But as I told people at the open house, this needs work, but there's no way it needs $200,000 worth of work. Okay.
Right.
So people who came through, they look at it. I mean, it's a monster. It's huge, with off-street parking and all. Now, as far as the infrastructure, there were, because this, basically 5 of the 5 tenants said they would leave when they were given 60-day notice. And one guy decided, only kidding, I'm going to squat. So he was there for almost a year and a half, not paying rent. It was really bad, but it's typical DC.
I was about to say, good old DC, right?
Yeah, we'll give him a pass, and only kidding, and it's all right, and all this. Anyway, so he miraculously, all of a sudden, just dropped the keys off at the attorney's. It was really weird. We were expecting, we got a ruling in our favor for eviction, but he actually did it early, and it was like, wow, this is something. So,
yeah, that's unusual.
So he left, and we went coming soon, and I got, within hours, I got, an offer, and we got an offer between 6 and 7, but it wasn't, we couldn't come to agreement. And they didn't want to move, and my client didn't, and it was coming soon, and it hadn't been, hadn't gone to the public yet, hadn't been marketed.
Right.
So he said, I'm not going to do that. I'll go to market. So that's what we did. And then he decided, maybe we'd better do some cosmetics. So he painted the whole interior, refinished all the hardwoods, which made a huge difference. So he's actually having someone quote a kitchen for him.
Okay.
Okay, and the cabinet guy is going today. So he's making a decision. Do I stay where I am? Do I reduce price? Do I renovate more? What are my options? So that's where we are. Now, as far as improvements, the previous tenant, he messed up, one of the baths as far as the plumbing.
Okay.
And so we had a plumber out there, and there were 2 things that were done. One was to clear everything, clear the pipes. The other was in the driveway, close to the garage door opener. The garage door, there is a drainage for water, so it doesn't pool.
Okay.
And that pipe was crushed, and so that was repaired, and the concrete was redone, and so forth. So, and that's about it as far as everything else. My disclosures I can send you, or they're online. I told him that even though you've done all this stuff, you really need to, let everybody know about it, because you don't want people coming after you. That you had issues with, plumbing. You had a professional plumber in there, and everything was taken care of. So the last page of the disclosures, the usual lead-based paint and all that, is a 1-page document typed by him and signed, and it goes through the litany of everything that was done. Like I had this done, and we had this problem. This was taken care of, and so forth. So it's kind of above and beyond what normally we would do. But I told them, that was a good idea. So that's really where we are.
Okay. No, that's definitely very helpful. Okay, cool. And you said
this might help you too. I'll just interrupt for a minute. The offers we've had have been a very wide range. Okay, so we had one for $385, which was laughable, but that's what they were looking for. And then we had one, like I said, between 6 and 7. So it's like with all investors, I'm sure, you run your numbers and this is what you come up with. So
yeah.
So we have one on the table right now we had one that was just rejected. It was a formal written offer, G-Car, offer for sale. And he rejected that. There's another one that came in via text. This is what we're willing to offer before we, put it in writing and all that, less interest. So I haven't heard back from my client on that. And that's really it. So,
okay. And you said the property will probably go for around 800 after it's been fully renovated.
Well, if you run comps, it's really hard to tell, but okay. So if you go, are you in the DC area physically?
No, I mean, I live in Kingstown and Alexandria, so I'm not too far away.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you're at least, you're local.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are two items. One is just in terms of perception. It's northeast, not northwest. It's like a block over the line.
Right.
Okay. So that's one. Number two, it's on the intersection. So it's North Capitol, Riggs, George Avenue, all that. I mean, New Hampshire Avenue, rather. It's where all these streets intersect.
Right.
And so the good thing is it has off-street private garage, but the downside is it's busy intersection.
Yeah.
And he knows that. So that's really about it. I mean, if you look at pictures like the outside, that was cleaned up, but the condenser, the AC, is older. Pictures of the basement, you'll see the water heater and all. So, yeah, but it's very, very large.
Yeah.
I mean, the footprint, it's I don't have it in front of me. It's like 1,900 something square feet. Appraisal worthy, right? So that's everything but the attic and the basement. Then you add those in, it's another 1,000.
Right.
So it's a little over 3,000 square feet. If you were to, finish, well, the attic's finished, but if you were to, finish the basement properly, it has a fireplace. We're not sure if that's a working one. The one that's shown where you can actually see through to the other room, that is a working fireplace.
Okay.
Which is unusual. It's kind of a charm thing. And the casement around the windows are wooden. Unfortunately, one of the bedrooms they actually painted over, but the other two are the casement. They're real nice wood. So a lot of people like that. The feedback that we're getting is the retro bass, the green and the pink and all.
Mm-hmm.
There's some people that really like that. Oh, wow, I like that. That's retro. That's cool. Other people say, forget it, rip it out and put in a new bass. So that's a lot of info. So I don't know.
No, it was definitely helpful.
Yeah.
My only concern, I guess, is it is listed at 700, and I do see 5603 North Capitol Street just sold in October at 850, and it's a 5-bed, 5-bath 3,068 square foot. So it is actually a little bit bigger than the subject property, and it is also on North Capitol, right down the road. So I think, that 800, 850 is definitely a solid, ARV, but, that puts us, if we have to go in there and do our rehab and all that good stuff, we would probably be in the like 550 ballpark as a purchase price. Is that even something you think your sellers would entertain?
What I would do is if you text it over to me, again, like this other guy, don't spend a lot of time, but at least something I can share with him.
Right.
And if you just give me a text with some bullets, just say, whatever it is, say 550, close in however many days, all cash. If you do have any kind of a contingency inspection or not,
Okay.
and then I can share that with them and see. And that's what this other fellow did. And it's just easier because you don't go through everything and waste time.
Right. Yeah, no, what I'll do is I'll just put together, I have a template for offers. So I'll just put together a quick, offer template via email. I'll send you over my terms. And if the sellers entertain it, we'll go ahead and put it on an actual contract.
Oh, good. Yeah, that sounds good. And tell me your name again.
It's Jacob Simpson. I'll also text you over my contact info as well.
Okay. And you folks, so what's the name of your company?
Consistent Home Buyers.
Okay. And are you?
Yep, we've done. I love that. Yeah, no, we've bought about 50 houses in the last 2 years.
Oh, good. Okay. So I work with a lot of investors. I presume your business model is for rehabs, really tired, need quite a bit of work.
Yeah, so we do a little bit of everything. Our main avatar, I guess, is going to be that distressed property that we can fix up and either fix and flip or hold as a rental. But, at the end of the day, we really do utilize whatever makes the most sense where we can get the most money out of it in the quickest amount of time. So, sometimes that might be a short-term rental. Sometimes that might be a long-term rental. I'm actually looking at one in Lithicum Heights, and the agent throughout, it's like right near BWI. And she said, rather than an Airbnb, why not do kind of like a pilot crash house? And I never heard of that. So, whatever makes sense, we're going to look at it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jacob, I appreciate your call. I'll just look for that. I'll share it with my client and we'll see, if there's further interest. Okay.
Okay, perfect. I'll get that over to you. I have I'm interviewing someone for an acquisitions role at 12. So I'll probably get that over to you around like 1 or 2 this afternoon.
Oh, that sounds great.
All right, Thomas. Well, I'll get that over to you and we will talk later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Boom. That was a solid call. I like that. Just curious, price has dropped 270 to 200 pending, but between reduction and price has gone pending 2-3 times. If I can catch it at the right time, it could. Yeah, for sure. I would just call the agent and be like, hey, what's going on with this? Is it available? Or the buyer's flaky? Like, how can I become your buyer? Thanks for all the gems, brother. You know it. Anytime. These lives are fire. I appreciate you. This guy is awesome. Yeah, he was super chill. He literally gave me everything. How did you build a huge buyers list? I have created a decent amount through Facebook. I've spent 4 years building it. I utilize everything, right? I utilize dispo wholesalers. And when I say like 20,000 investors, this is between my list, my dispo wholesalers, my, dispo realtors, whatever it might be. I'm plugged into and I have Investor Lift, the cartel mode. So like I'm plugged into nationwide investors all over. So that's kind of why I throw that out there. Let me save this guy's info. All right. He literally gave me everything I needed to know. Condition, it's outdated, but outdated plumbing issues. I need to go back and just listen to that whole entire call. Plumbing issues, but were resolved. Outdated basement. Occupancy. Oh, and also, I don't know why I never say this. I'm assuming you all probably do anyways. If you find this content valuable, share it with people. Let people know that I'm doing lives every day from 9 to 11. Let everyone know how valuable it is. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit whatever buttons we need to hit. But at the end of the day, I really want to try to grow my YouTube channel, just make it really collaborative. So like I said, if you did get value out of this, all I ask is that you share and subscribe, please. This content is amazing, man. Big motivation for me to stay on the phones. Hopefully I'll be shooting you a deal in Sacramento in the next couple of weeks. Let's get it. I literally just closed the deal in Sac yesterday. You know it. I'm going to call one more and try to get one more person on the phone, just because I do want to have at least 5 people. Occupancy, it's currently vacant. Motivation, landlord looking to offload / weigh his options. A price, received offers from $350K to $550K. Timeline, no rush, but can close whenever. Okay, I already comped it, so let me just throw in this real quick. So the ARV I had at about 850, I think he could get away with. Buyers will be right around 580, I believe. And then I threw out 550. Okay, let me go ahead and throw this in here. Opportunities. Leads. In negotiation. My name, and we threw out 550,000. That's it. We didn't add anything else in there. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to create a task that says send written offer. 550K. All right, boom, it's me. Hit save, move to the next. Look at that. All right, perfecto. All right, hey, whoa, Privy's white screening me. Privy, what's happening? All right, we're back. Bam, we got Thomas all squared away. Just liked and subscribed. Great content, Jacob. Thanks for being valuable. Bringing value, I mean. You are welcome, and I appreciate it. Eagles Roost. I just don't even like that name. But you know what I do like? I like me a Silver Spring deal. Yo, I have a buyer who's like pressing me over Silver Spring. So if anyone has any Silver Spring properties, send them over because I need to move them. All right, the basement looks like a 1950s barbershop. Huh. Have you ever tried calling landlords on section? Yeah, I have. So I have a course that goes over how to build out your buyers list. It's like $500, I think. I think it's called. Click the link I posted. Oh, click the link Hunter posted. There you go. Yes, click Hunter's link. Yeah, I have a buyer's list course. It goes over all of that. It goes over how to do tax records, how to do go Section 8, how to find their information, and all of that good stuff. I need to update it and throw on Investor Lift, but I'd probably just utilize other people who have Investor Lift. Because as much as it's a powerful tool, I think I'm using it wrong, or I don't know, because I haven't had too much luck with it. All right, last call, everyone. Last call, and then I'm jumping off and grabbing some food. I appreciate it, Matthew and Michelle.
Hi, this is Gus there.
Always hit them with that double call.
Hi, this is Gus Scalera. Please leave me a message and I'll get.
All right, I'll call him later. So that's the last call I'm going to do for right now. I might jump back on later today. But in either case, everyone watching, I'm about to assign you some homework. All I'm asking you is there's no reason that you can't make calls. If you actually can make calls and you're not dying, call 3 to 5 listings today. Who cares if you sound dumb? Just call 3 to 5 listings today. Come back here tomorrow. Post in the comments that, yes, I called 3 listings. Yes, I called 5 listings. Let everyone know how it went. Hold yourself accountable. But if you're hesitant on making calls, don't. This is your reason to not be scared anymore. Hold yourself accountable. Come back in the call later tomorrow. Let everyone know that you made your calls. But everyone who's watching, I want you to go out there today, make at least 3 to 5 calls to the MLS, and let's go get some deals locked up. Love you all. Thank you for your support, and I will see you in the next video.